A twist to WF5's recent appointment. The Sports Ministry has suspended the newly elected WFI. This comes as a big breaking news at this moment. First and exclusive on Times Now, the Sports Ministry has suspended newly elected WFI. Karishma is joining us live on this broadcast. Karishma, what is the reason behind the suspension, and give us more insight on what's happening?
Well, yes, Deepak, what we're given to understand is that the newly elected president, Mr. Sanjay Singh, had announced under 15 and under 20 nationals in Gonda, which happens to be a strong hub, stronghold of Brijbhushan Sharan Singh, and the Sports Ministry, in its suspension notice that has been accessed by Times Now, has said that it was done in a haste. It was a hasty decision. It wasn't done kept in mind what all has transpired through this year, and in fact, it has also been said in the notice that an executive committee meeting should have been called before announcing this decision. None of that was kept in mind, and now the Sports Ministry has swung into action. This is in line with the demands of Bajrang Punia, who, remember, tried to return his Padma Shri, and Sakshi Malik, who announced the Sports Ministry has taken note of all that has happened, and it has swung into action and ensured that this newly elected body is suspended. The WFI has been suspended. We were looking forward to the nationals, but then Sanjay Singh announced it in Gonda, which was a problematic area, and the Sports Ministry, understanding that, taking immediate action and suspending the newly formed body.
Right, Karishma, you've also accessed the document for Times Now. In that, they've said that specific notice was also not given, and Pratibha will take us to the contents of the letter by the Sports Ministry.
Right, Deepak, big action being taken, and let me take you straight to the order that has come in. This says Sri Sanjay Kumar Singh, newly elected President of the Wrestling Federation of India. That was announced on the 21st of December, the day he was elected as President. Before the end of this year. The announcement is hasty. Big words coming in. Here it is. It says the announcement is hasty without giving sufficient notice to wrestlers who are to take part in the said nationals, and without following the provisions of the constitution of WFI. That's a statement that has come in. It goes on to say such decisions are to be taken by the executive committee, before which agendas are required to be placed for consideration as per Article 11 of the WFI constitution, under the heading notices and quorum for meetings. The minimum notice period for EC meeting is 15 clear days. And it goes on to say here, the newly elected body appears to be in complete control of the former office bearers, in complete disregard of the sports code. This is what the wrestlers had also been saying, remember. So it says the newly elected body is in complete control of the former office bearers, in complete disregard to the sports code. The business of the federation is being run from the premises controlled by former office bearers, which is also alleged premises wherein sexual harassment of the players have been alleged and present. The court is hearing the matter. Big words coming in. In the end here, it goes on to say the WFI has been instructed to suspend all activities until further orders come in.
Right, Pratibha, now we have Mahavir Fogot also joining us on the phone line. He is the father of the Fogot sisters. बहुत-बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे जुड़ने के लिए महावीर जी। अभी WFI को जो रिसेंटली अपॉइंट किया था उसको सस्पेंड किया है, तो आपका क्या स्टेटमेंट है इस पे?
पहले तो आपके चैनल को मैं धन्यवाद करता हूं, जो आपने बढ़िया न्यूज़ सुनाई। जो आज जो अध्यक्षता जो बनाया था वो सस्पेंड कर दिया, ये सरकार का बहुत बढ़िया फैसला है, और ये प्लेयरों के हक में है, और जो इससे प्लेयरों का हौसला बढ़ेगा और कुश्ती दोनों जीवंत रह जाएगी। मैं धन्यवाद करता हूँ भारत सरकार को, खेल मंत्रालय को, जिन्होंने बहुत बढ़िया कदम उठाया है, और धन्यवाद के पात्र हैं।
और अभी रिसेंटली भी साक्षी ने अपना ये रिटायरमेंट भी बोल दिया कि आई विल क्विट रेसलिंग, और अभी 2 दिन बाद ये ऐसा डेवलपमेंट आ रहा है।
देखिए, सरकार ने जो सुनाई की है, तो मैं जो साक्षी को कहता हूँ, जो अपनी मेहनत करे, जो सरकार जो हर एक प्लेयरों के साथ सरकार में कोई वो नहीं है। सरकार जो आपका बढ़िया फैसला किया है सरकार ने, आपने दोनों अपनी मेहनत करनी चाहिए, और सरकार किसी चीज की दिक्कत नहीं आने देगी, मुझे ये विश्वास है।
महावीर जी, और ये भी कहा गया था कि जो भी नेशनल्स में पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं उनको बिना बताए ऐसे WFI को अपॉइंट भी किया था, तो इस दौरान पे भी इसको सस्पेंड किया है।
देखिए, जो फैसला जो सरकार करती है वो ठीक करती है, जो खेल मंत्रालय ने किया है वो बढ़िया किया है।
और स्पोर्ट्स मिनिस्ट्री ने ये भी लेटर में कहा है कि ये डिसीजन जो लिया है वो अर्जेंसी में हेस्टी डिसीजन था, बिना कंसल्टेशन के, तो ये कितना बड़ा विक्ट्री है फॉर द रेसलर्स हु हैव बीन प्रोटेस्टिंग?
देखिए, जो रेसलर ने प्रोटेस्ट किया था, जो धरना प्रदर्शन किया था, वो इस ब्रजभूषण के खिलाफ ही किया था। और जो इसने अपना खुद सहायता ही उठा दिया, तो जो वो तो अपनी जो पहले आप खुद था वही जो कार्रवाई फिर करता, वैसे व्यवहार करता प्लेयरों से, तो क्योंकि उसके जो विश्वास पात्र है वो।
राइट, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद महावीर जी हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए। करिश्मा, कमिंग बैक टू यू, द लेटर ऑल्सो मेंशन्स दैट इट वाज अ हेस्टी अपॉइंटमेंट. What more do we have on this?
Well, yes, the letter states that it was a hasty appointment, and remember, the sports ministry has been doing whatever it can possible to facilitate these wrestlers as well in terms of what their demands have been. They wanted a fair election. That was done. Sanjay Singh had won 40-7, and now after Sakshi Malik had raised concerns of nationals being organized in Gonda for under 15, under 20, the sports ministry also realizing that this has gone against the rules of what is there in the constitution. Just a couple of days after the new WFI being formed, it has been suspended. It is, against the sports code as well. So the sports ministry, Sports Minister Anurag Thakur swinging into action and ensuring that justice is done, and that is why the WFI has been suspended. Remember, 2024 is going to be an Olympic year as well. So to keep in mind, to ensure that all the athletes are safe and everything happens as per plan for 2024, this step has also been taken. But if we talk about these protesting wrestlers, Deepak, one has to say that the sports ministry has taken all possible steps that is in front of us as well. We are breaking the suspension notice to WFI as well, in which the sports ministry has categorically said that it is a hasty decision. It has broken the rule wherein an executive committee meeting has to be called. None of that happened. It was just done all of a sudden after Sanjay Singh was announced as president. The first thing he did was announce under 15, under 20 nationals in Gonda, which is the constituency of Brijbhushan Charan Singh in Nandini Nagar, and that is why the sports ministry also realizing that this is not the right thing to do, and swinging into action and ensuring that justice is done, even if it means the UWW suspension would continue, and that the WFI would once again be under the ad hoc committee.
Also, Karishma, now given the importance of following the constitutional provisions of the WFI, why was the decision made without prior notice and agenda for the executive committee meeting?
Well, Deepak, one really needs to ask this question to Mr. Sanjay Singh because Sanjay Singh and his entire camp was very, very confident of first their victory in this election campaign. So one really needs to understand as to why they did not follow the rules and protocols that are there in the constitution, wherein a meeting should have been called. The entire camp has again and again said that, our entire panel has won. So if that entire panel had won, did Sanjay Singh feel that he could bypass the rules that are there in the constitution, and that they would anyways unanimously get the decision that they wanted, which was to hold nationals in Gonda? But the sports ministry realizing that that does not set a right example because Sakshi Malik and Bajrang Punia and Vinesh Fogat have sat at Jantar Mantar for months together. They have been protesting from the start of this year, and they have only been demanding action against Brijbhushan Charan Singh. So to take the nationals back to Gonda would have been a step back rather than a step forward in this entire fight of justice for junior wrestlers as well, for which Sakshi Malik, Vinesh Fogat and Bajrang Punia have been fighting. Sakshi Malik, of course, announcing her retirement. Bajrang Punia trying his best to return his Padma Shri, leaving it at Kartavya Pad. But the sports ministry taking note of everything, monitoring everything ever since the elections have happened. And like we've been saying, they have suspended the WFI, taking suo motu cognizance of nationals being announced in Gonda, because they want to protect the girls, they want to protect the sport of wrestling, and the sports minister, of course, wants to ensure that there is no untoward incident in the sport of wrestling.